Okay, so we went over the G7 chord this time with, well, we did both left and right hand. And it was strange for us because this time when we played our D7 chord in a G position, we actually put our thumb on the black key, on the F sharp, which is new for us because a lot of times when we play our scales, we try to avoid a thumb on the black key. So let's just review what we went over today. Okay, so we went over the G major and D7 chords for the left hand like we did last time. And then we played the song in 3/4 the cuckoo. We talked about how it goes back and forth between the the G major chord and the D7 chord. And then even where there are tied notes. So instead of the dotted half note chord of being 3 beats, we're actually holding that D7 chord for 6 beats because we're tying it together instead of playing it twice. Same with this G chord, G major chord. For the left hand, we're holding it for 6 beats because it's tied together. Okay, so we talked about the G major chord left hand, and then we keep the thumb in place, and we stretch that pinky to the F sharp, which makes it the D7 chord. Talked about that last time on our left hand. Okay? But then we talked about the G major and D7 chords for the right hand. And we talked about how that goes, again, with that thumb on the F sharp, as is shown right here. That's going to be interesting. And then we talked about broken chords. We talked about, I call them arpeggios, but you got the G major chord, and then you split it. 5, 3, 1, or I should say 1, 3, 5. It's your right hand. G, B, D. Then you play your block chord, which is the D7 chord where your thumb is on F sharp. And when you split it into a broken chord, it's F sharp, C, and D. 1, 4, 5. Okay? So on the harp song, that's what it does. It plays broken chords. Left hand G major, 5, 3, 1. Right hand G major, 1, 3, 5. It repeats the same phrase. Then on the second line, it goes to the D7 chord, broken chord. F sharp, C, D for the left hand. F sharp, C, D for the right hand. It repeats that phrase. Then last, at the bottom, it plays the D7 chord, broken chord again. See? F sharp, that's that pinky. C, D, with that ledger line, the higher D, and then the right hand, F sharp with the thumb on the black key, and C, D. So it's kind of, each hand is playing the same thing as the other hand. Left hand leads it in, right hand plays it again. And then last but not least, it ends. Of course, there's a repeat sign, as you can see right there. So that means we're going to start all over and play the whole song again. It's also introducing the damper pedal. The right foot, that one that's far right. There are 3 foot pedals under the piano or keyboard. And that right on the right is the damper pedal. We see a lot of keyboardists play it and it's just one pedal. That's your damper. It kind of sustains the music. It connects it, makes it more legato. So that whenever you lift up your hand, the sound will still continue. Okay, like it says here, when you hold the damper pedal down, any tone you sound will continue after you release the key. Well, here, the damper pedal, this is pedal down. You hold it for as long as that line is under whatever phrase you're playing, and then when you see the next vertical line, it means pedal up, and it repeats. So if you look at the piece, pedal down, we're going to hold it through this whole phrase, and then lift it up. Go to the second line, we put the pedal down, hold it through this entire phrase, lift it up. And then same thing towards the end of the song, the same pattern. Okay, and so let me show you how those broken chords would look. So of course, we've got our left hand playing the song. And then your right hand comes in on that G. Those are your broken chords. Okay, and then it repeats it. Now it repeats it, but then that second line or 2 phrases on the second line, it plays the D7 chord. We're going to play broken chords, D7. That's the left hand. And then, of course, the right hand. So instead of, we're going to split it up, okay? So that's how you are going to play the harp song. So again, broken chords on the harp song. G, B, D, G, B, D. And it repeats G, G, B, D, G, B, D. And then F sharp, C, D, F sharp, C, D. And I know it's high, but it's an octave up. So I'm singing it high. All right, and that is it for class today. I want you to work on that. And then we'll start looking at writing these G major and D7 chords. Okay, that'll be theory. We'll work on that together. One last thing, when you're playing your damper pedal, you're not going to lift your whole foot up and down. You're going to keep the heel of your foot flat and just kind of lift the top of your foot as needed, using your ankle as the hinge. Okay? All right. Happy playing and have a happy musical day.